Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing this look for you, which started off as a Michelle Williams look. Well, I started off basing it on a look that she's wearing in one of the recent Louis Vuitton campaigns that she's the face of. And Miranda sent me the picture to my Facebook page, so thank you very much, Miranda. It was a beautiful, beautiful image and just exactly the kind of makeup that I wanted to do today. But I don't really think it looks like the makeup that Michelle's wearing. I'm not really sure what happened, but I think I went a little bit heavier than the makeup she's wearing. Regardless though, I really love how this look has come out, and I've been getting a lot of requests recently for wedding makeup because I think it's kind of coming into that time of year. If you're up in the Northern Hemisphere coming into spring and summer, it's obviously wedding season. So I think this would be a beautiful wedding makeup look. So not really a Michelle Williams look, but kind of a wedding look. So if you want to see how to get this, then keep watching. So you can see my face is having a little bit of a tantrum at the moment. I used the Origins, I think it's the charcoal clay mask, it's the black one on it a couple of days ago, and my skin basically exploded. So I think I might be a little bit allergic to it. So yes, I have quite a few breakouts on my skin at the moment, which I'm really not happy about. So I'm gonna be using slightly more full coverage products today. So for my skin, I am going to be mixing two foundations, my Pro Longwear by MAC in N18 and my Revlon Colourstay in Ivory. And I'm mixing them just because I love the Pro Longwear, but I can't ever get a colour that matches me exactly. So I'm just mixing some of the Colourstay in it to lighten it up a little bit for my skin. And I'm just going to kind of stipple that on all over with my Real Techniques buffing brush. And then once I have a layer of it all over, I'll kind of go back and buff a bit more. I'm actually thinking about buying a Clarisonic. In fact, I'm thinking so strongly about it, I think I might even get it today. I've heard such mixed reviews though. Some people love them and say like it's the best thing that they've ever bought for their skin, and then other people say that it did nothing. If anything, it made their skin worse. So I'm so torn because it's not exactly a cheap thing to buy for it not to work, but I don't know. My skin is so temperamental. Like sometimes it's perfect, like it has been so good, and I've been, like I said in my skincare video, like with those Neutrogena products, my skin was so good, and you know, then this happens, it just, oh, it's so frustrating. And I'm just going to take my damp Miracle Complexion Sponge by Real Techniques just to make sure that there's no brush marks and that the foundation is really, really well blended into my skin. For my concealer, I'm going to take MAC's Pro Longwear in NW20, and just on the same sponge, on the pointy end, I'm going to use that to stipple the concealer on. I find this way it gives you maximum coverage. I'm not going to blend it out too much because Pro Longwear is a liquid. When I'm looking for serious full-on coverage, what I do is kind of stipple it on, so it's not totally blended, it's quite a heavy layer of it, and then I leave it so it sets a little bit, and then go back and blend it in. And that way you don't just end up blending it away. And I'll use that same Pro Longwear concealer under my eyes, and I'm just buffing that in with a Real Techniques base shadow brush. And just make sure it's blended again with that sponge. And I'm going to take my powder on that Real Techniques sponge and just set over the areas I've concealed first before I powder all over. And this just ensures that I don't wipe the concealer off with my powder brush when I go to buff the powder on top. So it just makes sure everything stays where I want it to. And I'll do that on the under eyes as well. Also adds a little bit of coverage, even more coverage. So this is my what is this powder called? Mineralize Skinfinish in light. And then I'll just take my 138 brush to lightly dust it through the center of my face. So just looking at this picture of Michelle, she is quite contoured now. It's a very heavily edited photograph, so it's hard to know what is from After Effects and what is from actual makeup. So she does definitely look quite contoured, and it is quite a cool taupey shade. So my taupe by NYX is absolutely perfect. And I'm going to use my Inglot 4SS brush. I'm bringing it I'm bringing it kind of under my cheekbone and then blending it upwards a little bit because I want to make the cheekbone look a teeny bit higher as well. And then bringing it quite far forward. You know, I know that we shouldn't be ashamed of our flaws, and I know that we all get breakouts, and we should be able to walk around proudly and not feel bad about having a bad skin day, but you know what? Sometimes I just freaking love makeup. Like, seriously, I love makeup. I'm going to add a very, very small amount of blush onto my cheeks as well. I think my skin looks a bit grey if I don't do that, especially if I'm just doing contouring like this. So I'm going to take some Dainty by MAC and use my big 138 brush. So the 138 brush should stop it from looking too intense. I'll just keep it more on the back of my cheek here. That just adds a bit of brightness. So moving on to my brows, I'm just going to keep them fairly straightforward and just fill in with my natural shape. But today I'm going to use MAC's Lingering Brow Pencil, which I haven't used in ages. Onto my eyes now, and first I'm going to prime them, and I'm just going to use my Pro Longwear concealer to prime, just a thin layer all over. Although it's not as good as an actual eyeshadow primer, it's pretty decent. And I'm just going to take my Mineralize face powder to set. So today I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Naked palette. This is the original palette. And first I'm going to highlight my brow bone, and I'm going to use Virgin, which is the lightest colour. I'm also going to use that colour on my eyelid actually as well. Next I'm going to take Naked, which is the lightest matte colour in there. And then a 217 brush, I'm going to do my crease. And it actually looks like it goes quite far in, the crease contour. So we'll bring that the whole way in towards the nose. Just tap that on the outside corner as well, just to shade that kind of outer quarter of my eyelid. Next I'm going to take Book, which is another matte shade, but just a little bit darker than Naked. And on a 219 brush, I'm going to put that directly into the crease, just to intensify that socket. For the eyeliner, I'm going to take one of the eyeshadows, Darkhorse, and I'm going to use that as an eyeliner with a damp angle brush. So you can see I've pulled it up quite high on that outside corner, and I'm going to just buff it in with the pencil brush and then take a little bit of that Darkhorse directly onto that pencil brush and connect that liner with my crease so you get a nice V shape. And that'll just really give a really nice lifted eye. Just be careful because those Urban Decay shadows, holy God, they fall out like nothing else. Especially those darker colours. Just taking the 217 brush I used to apply Naked a little bit earlier, just softening that out and blending it, kind of pulling it out a little bit. So next I'm going to line my bottom waterline with the MAC Chromagraphic pencil in NC15 NW20. So this is just like a flesh toned kind of concealer coloured pencil. It's just to brighten up my eyes and make them look a little bit bigger. I always find I need to just rub against my lashes a little bit after I apply that pencil just to soften it in. And then I'm going to go back into Virgin and pop that on the inside corner. For my mascara today, I'm going to use a new Innoxa one. This is called the Lush Lashes, and this is actually like a treatment mascara. It's got a serum in it that helps you to keep your lashes a little bit longer so they grow more. Now I've only used it once before, so I can't say if that's true or not, but it's a really nice mascara. It's not too crazy, like it's not too dramatic, but you can build it up to be. if you want. And this is actually really, really dark navy. So I thought that might be nice, just a little bit different from black. It kind of looks like black when it goes on. It's only really when you get into direct sunlight or kind of bright lights that you see that it's a little bit blue, which is quite cool. I'm going to add some highlighter to my skin before I finish the lips, and I'm using my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone for that. And look at what happened to this. Now, Becca, we all know, quality products, great range, I love this stuff, but look at what has happened. The container just broke, and it's like a clean break. It just snapped. So the pump is stuck in here somewhere. So luckily enough, the lid actually forms a really tight seal, so the product still seems to be good, but I just thought that was the weirdest thing. So I'm going to apply that to the top of my cheekbones with my Miracle complexion sponge. And I'll pop that down my nose a little bit as well. So moving on to the lips, today I'm going to use a MAC's Syrup lipstick, which is one of my all-time favorites. And I'm going to go around with a little bit of lip liner. I'm going to use, this is just a cheapo Essence lip liner in the colour Cute Pink. And that's the finished look. So yes, as I said in the beginning, it's not exactly the same as Michelle's look, but I will have the picture that I used as a reference on my blog so you can compare yourself and see where I went wrong. But I hope you liked it anyway. I really do like it, and I'm very happy to be able to wear this out in public, which 90% of the time doesn't happen with my tutorials. It usually, I'm sorry to say, I'm sure you'll hate to hear this, but usually it just gets washed off straight away. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to hit the like button, give me a thumbs up, share the love, share me with your friends. If you think any of your friends would like this tutorial, feel free to share it on their Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you very soon. Bye!